Jags at Eagles. This is going to be a good matchup. Who would have thought week 4 that the Jacksonville Jaguars would be in a major spot here to ascend even further after beating the Los Angeles Chargers, flying all the way across the country. And let's face it, Spence, Chargers were never in that game. And I don't want to hear
No.
nothing about Keenan Allen being hurt or out. I don't want to hear nothing about Josh Allen, whatever his name is, freaking quarterback of the LA Chargers. I'm sorry. His name
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, excuse me,
Yeah.
and his fractured rib cartilage. Look, they went in there, and Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson and Zay Jones and Christian Kirk, they punched that team in the mouth. Now, I know Joey Bosa's out, but that is a huge win. Now they fly to Philadelphia to take on the team that everybody's crowning the Super Bowl champions after week 4.
That's right.
Eagles minus 6.5. I am taking the Jaguars in the points, and I'm going to tell you why. While it's very, very difficult to throw on Philly because of Bradbury and Slay, and you saw what they did to Kirk Cousins in prime time, I think this could be a trap game for them. I think that people are underestimating the X factor, which is James Robinson, who must have Wolverine's blood in him because this guy came off a major ACL tear and, he looks as good as anyone. And I like the fact that they get the right coach in there. Trevor Lawrence is ascending. He's being allowed to cook. He's doing what Russell Wilson wishes he could do. And I think that everyone thinks that this is going to be a letdown game for them and they're going to get blown out. And I'm going to take that 6.5, 7 points all day, every day, because they can control the clock with the ground game. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, is James Robinson not one of the best smoke screens in the NFL? They hyped up Travis Etienne, I bought into it. I have him on fantasy
I bought into
teams.
it too. Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's his college buddy. He had a bad injury. Now he's back. So I thought Travis Etienne show all the way, but dude, James Robinson,
Robinson, man.
You can't. It's not even that Travis Etienne has played bad. It's just you can't not give the ball, to James Robinson because he's been so good. I think that this is only a matter of time before the Jaguars when they got a real coach. He's got a good quarterback. The guy's got a good track record. You know what I mean?
They've got talent. And
they may have overspent on a few guys, but I think that any incremental improvement you have on the team is valuable. It's was Christian Kirk overpaid? Maybe, but did he also score a touchdown?
He's living up to his paycheck right now.
Yeah,
he's living. Christian Kirk is living up to his pay grade right now.
Yeah, Evan Ingram too. I think got a touchdown in that game as well.
Absolutely, and so I think another thing that we don't want to lose sight of is that this is a homecoming for Coach Peterson.
Oh,
he won a Super Bowl in Philly. You don't think he wants this?
He had Carson Wentz on his team, dude. I mean, he got that team into Super Bowl position.
A more successful, quiet coach in the National Football League right now than Coach Doug.
Does he not look better now than ever before, too?
Love the Jaguars on Sunday. Love. Give me those points. Eagles will win, but it will be close. Jacksonville's defense is slept on, too. You saw what they did to Justin Herbert. Dude, the Chargers, who I was professing on this show last week as being the second best team in the AFC, absolutely got their shit pushed in. It was never close. It was never close. And if Jacksonville can fly across the country and do that to that team, who at that point I thought would be as good as the Eagles, if not better, because they got a better quarterback, why can't they do it this week?
Yeah,
at least stay in the game.
Jeez.
I love the plus 6.5. I really.
You talking about that just makes me think man, the AFC West was hyped up as the premier division. They look like one of the worst.
It's one of the worst right now.
They do. It's crazy, isn't it? How things change, man.
The NFL, man, it stands for not for long, because whatever you think is about to happen ain't happening, and it ain't staying that way. It changes every day. The parity is absolutely unbelievable, and literally a couple more great games, and we're looking at Trevor Lawrence as an MVP candidate. Say that. You know what I mean?
MVP race is pretty interesting right now. Jalen Hurts could also be mentioned in the same race. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, those are the guys right now. And so while that defense in Philadelphia has the propensity to be just as nasty as ever, and they are, man. You know what I mean? Jordan Davis is a house on fire. This is a home game for them. Those fans are rabid dogs. They threw batteries and snowballs at Santa Claus. They'll be ready. This is a huge test. Let Jacksonville win this game out, and we're having a completely different conversation next week. But I'm taking them plus a 6.5. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like that Dolphins Ravens game to me, where you just like I could see it being a shootout. Like the Eagles gave up like 35 points to the Lions. You know what I
The
mean?
Lions.
I think there's a lot of newness involved with the Eagles that makes them a little bit unpredictable. I think AJ Brown obviously is good, and I think that it's just going to take time for NFL defenses to adjust to what they're doing. And they've taken advantage of it so far to their credit. And they're obviously very like dynamic. You got a running quarterback who's learning how to throw the ball a little bit better now, which obviously helps a lot. You also have a surging Jaguars team. So I think it'd be safer to take the 6.5. I'd be interested in an alternate line to maybe get an extra point out of it, or at least half a point for the push.
Buy a half point for the push.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that I'd be a lot more interested in because I could see this being a touchdown game. I think definitely the Jaguars are at a disadvantage, but a touchdown does seem like a lot for a team that just played a really good game against the Chargers.
They smashed. The game was never in question. Watch Devin Lloyd. That's my player to watch. That Jaguars defense. It's time to put some respect.
Devin Lloyd. They've been drafting well over the past few years for sure.
I'm telling you, they're rebuilding this team. They got the right coach. They got the franchise quarterback. Jacksonville will make the playoffs inside of the next year or two. Guaranteed. 6.5 and go to Sizzler.